Hello again, everyone. Dave Benson here, Principal Advisor with CPPS, the Center for Personal Protection and Safety, with another edition of Security Trends. I hope everybody had a safe and healthy Halloween. Sadly, however, targeted violence impacted two of our cities as of this recording. In Colorado, at a Halloween house party where there was 3 people injured and 3 people killed. Here in my hometown in Orlando, part of a downtown Halloween celebration event, we sadly had 2 shootings, which resulted in 2 fatalities and a total of 7 injuries. Unfortunately, as I've mentioned ad nauseum, and it needs to be repeated, we have to pay attention when we go to large events, large crowds. We just can't rely on law enforcement to keep us safe and secure. First and foremost, there is no such thing as perfect security. I've been doing this for an awful long time, and whether working through security plans for the Olympic Games or inaugurations or national security events, I can tell you the best laid plans are all vulnerable based upon the movements and the behaviors of individuals looking to commit these attacks. Now, it's going to be a little while before we know for sure exactly why this occurred, but here in Orlando, what we had was a tragedy, no doubt, but could have been far, far worse. We have between 50 and 100,000 people in downtown Orlando. And if you've been to my city, you know it's not a particularly big downtown area. So this was capacity all the way up and down Orange Avenue. And the fact that despite this tragedy, while we had 2 shootings and multiple injuries and 2 fatalities, that there were no other consequences of this act is nothing short of a miracle. Part of it was a tremendous response by the Orlando Police Department. They clearly had a plan, contingency plans, what to do in various different circumstances. There was over 100 police officers in place, and they responded quickly. The other side of this coin is we have to take personal responsibility for our own safety and security. We talk about this a lot at the center. Have a plan before you go into these crowded engagements. And that would go also political rallies. We're going into the home stretch of our national political presidential race. Let's really pay attention to our surroundings, make good decisions. There is no substitute for being away from where the threat is, so we certainly don't want to head towards potential danger. We want to move away from it. I saw some downtown CCTV footage that people just actually instinctively went towards the sound. That's the exact opposite of what you want to do. You want to get out of harm's way if you can. If you can't get out of harm's way, you want to secure yourself or secrete yourself in such a way that you are not readily identifiable and vulnerable. And then when it's safe to do so, get out of the area. And then another piece that's really important with crowds that I've mentioned over and over again, and it bears repeating, people routinely get trampled because they either don't know where they're going, they're confused, they're following the wrong crowd, and the next thing you know, people panic, and we have serious injuries and sometimes death. We actually have at least 1 confirmed person that was injured due to trampling. We may have more before it's all over with. So, number 1, have a plan. Number 2, have a reunion point for you and your group, well away from where that location is, so that you can reunify with your group, with your family, with your friends in a safe and secure manner. And then finally, if you find yourself caught up in a stampede, so to speak, or a trampling situation, try to move yourself to the sides of where that crowd is and edge your way out of harm's way. Do not necessarily go against the grain, and certainly don't go with the flow. But having a plan, making some decisions is the key to this. So be an upstander, not a bystander. Have a personal safety plan. We want you to continue to live your lives. We don't want you to be fearful. We want you to be mindful. But by the same token, take some precautions for you, your families, and those you love. Until next time.